wave clear, decent team fighting, decent skirmish.
All right, Perks. Classic Tristana mid user. Not going to get that. Ashe, Caitlyn. Milio banned out. Why is Milio being banned out? What? Are you going to take Renata Glask? Is that the idea? The 80 LeBlanc.
Don't tease us.
I'm keeping it.
Okay.
The Rise has been locked. Wait for what they pick alongside the Rise.
But I want to know why Jamada's so happy.
Rise in mid lane versus LeBlanc. Okay.
I never saw the champion played like that. I couldn't breathe.
Information early, and Heretics still have a lot of jungle options available for.
Okay, Finn, let me throw something at you. From the curve. Yeah. So when you play LeBlanc.
Poppy banned again. Poppy's very high win rate and high level solo queue in Korea at the moment, I've noticed. And there we go. No Rumble either.
If the long doesn't go towards him, we got another blank lock-in. We'll get the answer very soon. It's fine.
There's the Renata. It's probably one of the reasons why we saw the Milio ban. That's a tough lane to play in, though. If you're gonna play Aphelios Renata into Lucian Nami, like you're gonna get rocked.
The team fights, of course, how aggressive they're gonna be able to play really relies.
Blind pick top, but they do blind pick Gwen, which is brave. Blind pick Gwen has historically been a champion you can blind pick, but it's always faced many challenges because Gwen is a champion that scales very, very hard. So if you pick a strong lane bull and bring your jungler up there, you can make sure she doesn't actually get to play the game. Renekton for Wunder then? Renekton would be a good option. We saw it earlier today. We saw Adam answer. I wouldn't say a counter, and I think if you blind Gwen, you're quite happy when enemy locks Gragas.
And we get to see if the Perks memes get revived.
Interesting that they would pick Gragas here. The Renekton seemed good, obviously, when it comes to the lane matchup, and especially with the Vi pairing. And we know Wunder, especially from his time on Fnatic late last year when he was a substitute, is actually in form on Renekton. But he's also been a classic, top Gragas player throughout his career.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really awkward, though, because the mid lane is so wide now. So I'm kind of curious about how the 2v2s themselves will necessarily play out. I think a lot of the setup being in the hands of Mad Lions in the earliest stages is going to really help them.
Okay, we'll see what happens with that.
They remain focused on their job here.
You guys picked all the annoying chanting fans games. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're both going to need a lot more support. Anyway.
So we definitely expect Heretics to be playing strong through bots this game, especially with the Gragas pick. Like, it's kind of just tipping their hand that they're probably not going to be playing through top lane very much. So I expect we are going to see some attempts at a dive probably early on, kind of fourth wave maybe, depending on how fast the first jungle clear goes.
The impression that I have of this squad is just going off of the Masters team is that we're probably going to see a huge amount of pressure then towards the spot side. So for people who don't know, Movistar Riders was where Frescowi, Supa, and Alvaro all came from. We ended up having Isma, who also came over, but he's gone to a different team. So Elyoya kind of being the veteran and taking the reins here in this squad. I'm wondering if he'll try and play into that style.
Dude, if the chants were funny, like, I'd be down with it. That's one of the things about, soccer in the UK is that they have all these really profane, hilarious chants. We need to bring the British humor in. Like, chanting allez, allez, allez in French, which is just let's go, is boring and annoying. Start taunting the enemy. That's what I want. Make up some funny rhymes.
I'm gonna be honest, based on the first game.
What about the TSM chants? Yes, chanting 3 letters, #1. Only for the most brain-dead Americans.
I'm not here for it, but be cool if Flacken and Kaja could prove me wrong. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Wunder.
They're in Spanish or French? Well, I speak enough French, I can probably translate the French ones for you.
Trades against Gwen as Gragas. You just hit the belly bot, 1 auto, walk away. If she keeps continuing to commit, you throw in 1 more ability and you can just scooch out.
Just try and survive off the passive, make sure you're all right. But I think this is going to be a lane that over the course of time, Mirwin will start to win out. And Wunder going that AP route, I imagine again, as most Gragas top lanes are going, will get to a point where he just tries to clear the wave and survive in that way, just preventing Mirwin from hitting the tower. But yeah, I think a huge amount of this as
he's getting smoked early in this matchup.
Looking at Jankos and Perks and how well they can try and control this bottom side of the map, because already you can see MDK moving down to the spot lane to help out Supa.
Yeah. And obviously Obviously, Lucian Nami really can't start.
All right, how did this happen? What the fuck is going on in bot lane? How are we losing push on bot side? They got
and Alvaro all came from. We end up having Isma, who also came over, but he's gone to a different team. So Yoya kind of being the veteran and try and look for skirmishes and look for invades, but
I wish we could see the bot lane.
Yeah, I just double checked my mic that it wasn't just me that was hearing nothing.
It's old timey. Throw the black and white filter on. We'll adapt.
Interesting. Okay, so they're losing because of ranged advantage with Green Gun Aphelios.
Doing okay in the early trades here. I'm going to be honest. Based on the first game we saw of Lucian, I'm just going to draw a sweeping conclusion that this is still a scrim pick in our region. And then I'm not.
And they're going to be. They're not going to get level 2 faster.
Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Wonder. Baze rushing around as Gragas. Makes a lot of sense against the Gwen. You do not want to take extended trades against Gwen as Gragas. You just hit the belly bot.
So they have to fall back
Continuing to commit. You throw in one more ability and you can just
because of level 2 advantage. That's what happens. They just get out traded on the wave due to Green Gun Aphelios.
Wonder going that AP route, I imagine again, as most Gragas top lanes are going, will get to a point where he just tries to clear the wave and survive in that.
So they're losing push in both side lanes now.
But I think a huge amount of this, as the Desperate pointed out, is going to be a big case of looking at Jankos and Perks and how well they can try and control this bottom side.
Okay, this is wave 3 that's crashing.
MDK moved down to the spot lane to help out Super.
yeah.
Nice trade.
Obviously, Lucian Nami really can start to take over the lane with a few levels under their belt. Aphelios just leveraging that range advantage alongside the Renata. Try to get a little bit more done here. Oh yeah, already invading, already getting a bit more control in the jungle. Jankos will spot this one out. Is he ready for the 1v1? But it's not even a 1v1. Alvaro first on the roam, there to cover.
Are we going to throw the whole game for blue buff?
Clean play thus far. Perks, no real business being here. Chain's already now connecting. Blast Cone takes him over the wall, but Wind does become lightning. Perks now forced to flash out to safety. Oh yeah, does he want to follow up? And he does!
He got the proc on him so he can dash. Oh my god, we threw the whole game for blue buff.
Exactly how you want to try and play
Fucking
these
hell.
early advantages with the push in the bottom side. Super and Alvaro cutting off Flacker and Kaiser from being able to enter in means that you just get this isolated 1v1 which zins out.
Why are we fighting this with a Rise, dude?
Yankos tries to go into Super. Not going to be the case, and we'll get to see it here. As you go for it, Super, good flash over the wall, and then Perks just completely caught
Yeah.
him. Already had
He shouldn't have flashed there.
Perks for
You're not going to live, right?
to follow up, knowing
Flash
that
in
was
from
already
Elyoya,
really
knock up onto
well played by
Jankos.
MDK, understanding
Rooted from Aphelios, purple gun.
with that push on bottom mid.
Yeah, and I gotta say, it feels like a bit of a misstep from the side of Heretics overall, just trying to contest there.
Like, why care? You know what I mean? Like, you need to be able to deal with this situation. You know, get the. Who cares about this blue buff? Is my point. Who the fuck cares about this blue buff? We're dealing with a level 3 Rise. We have a scaling mid laner versus a fucking Doran's Blade Fleet Footwork AD LeBlanc, who's just going to do a lot more in the early game because their auto attacks actually hurt, right? You know, all you need to do is push out this wave and then make a play, right? You want to push this wave back and then make a dive play under turret once you actually have the push going the other direction. Just give this up. It's not worth fighting this.
Some nice clean play thus far. Perks, no real business being here.
Because like, I mean, Perks just walks into this.
Blast Cone takes him over the wall, but Wind does become lightning. Perks now forced to flash out to safety. Oh yeah, does he want to follow up? And he
Yikes, dude.
does. Instant first blood for the side of Mad Lions. Koi Yanko's now running for the hills, and it's going to be another one.
That's such a disrespectful rotation.
And this is exactly how
I'm gonna look and see if there was another way for Perks to do this.
We'll spot this one out. Is he ready for the 1v1? But it's not even a 1v1. Alvaro first on the roam, there to cover. Some nice clean play thus far.
I mean, he shouldn't have walked here. He should have just walked there and kept in range of the blast cone so he could blast cone out. I think this is just his mistake. He didn't respect this enough. He was never going to burst down that LeBlanc anyway. That's actually just mostly a Perks mistake. It might have been. I think you might have been able to fight that if he hadn't just inted at the start of it. If he had joined up with his team, if he had used the blast cone, or just stood on the blast cone and waited.
Which Zinzao is perfect to try and punish. Jankos tries to go to Super. Not going to be the case, and we'll get to see it here.
Because the idea in this matchup is that you have the targeted roots on Ryze into LeBlanc so that she can't dash into you. Like, this is the trading pattern that you want, but you don't have any support here, and it's too late to use this when you're already rooted from the chains.
Perks forced to flash, and Oyoya able to follow up knowing that he had the support of the team in tow. Really well played by MDK, understanding exactly how to play out these early few levels with that push on bottom mid.
Yeah, and I gotta say, it feels like a bit of a misstep from the side of Heretics overall, just trying to contest.
I think that was actually playable for Heretics if Perks repositioned, because the LeBlanc can't come in as long as the Ryze is there with the rest of the players from Heretics.
Looking very powerful. Good news is level 3 there for Flacken and Kaiser can start to take.
So it might have been a winnable fight, but Perks misplayed.
But Oyoya is here again. And that's how the meta works. You just keep ganking bot, and it's part of the reason why we saw Wonder pick such a defensive option like the Gragas. The pullback is there. Kaiser set up, lined up. Oyoya's not even going to do anything. He already got the assist. Just give it to Supa. Manages to grab a kill in the early game. I gotta say, this is perfect thus far.
I mean, this is exactly what we saw in Movistar Riders as well. It was, hey, we're going to play heavily for Supa, make sure he gets into a position where he's comfortable, and then let him carry the fights. And Supa was one of the guys in the Mia Masters that was the standout.
Don't pay attention to Kaiser's bubbles.
As the main name that they were looking forward to in the AD carry position, the Carmine Core player, but it was a very, very close second for Supa, and I think if Kalist wasn't there, a lot more people would be talking about this AD carry. And now, with the setup that he has, should be in a position to try and put forward an argument as to why he belongs here in the LEC.
Certainly a strong start. Strong argument thus far. 3-0 score for MDK. 1.5k goal lead. Merwin taking over to level 6. Early bit of tenacity to make the lane phase.
What are the teams?
Obviously, Gwen itemization pretty favorable on this patch. While Gragas has been a reasonably popular pick from what we've seen, I think Gwen is just looking like one of the big benefactors, at least once she gets a few items.
Mad Lions Koi, which apparently is MDK now. I missed just the Mad. Such a shitty tag, MDK. Good game, though, if you're a boomer.
Where's the bubble going to go? It has to be perfect, but there's just not enough clean.
I'm not going to get to talk because Elyoya only exists for bot lane, and bot lane's not happy with it.
This is what I was talking about. This gank path, though, is just so good for blue side.
Where's the bubble going to go? It has to be perfect, but there's
Where was it?
And bot lane's not happy with it.
Kaiser, where's the bubble going to go? It has to be perfect, but there's just not enough clean from Alvaro.
I guess it was on cooldown.
Bot lane destruction. Spanish ADC on Spanish ADC violence, and right now the team.
MDK was a good game. MDK was a great game. Boomers, no. MDK was one of the all-time great games.
He just went up, did blue, gank bot. Cleared his wolves, cleared some bot, then immediately went bot again. Elyoya has just been living.
One of the original rare games.
For the Heretic side, and unfortunately, Jankos can't really cover again because they're consistently getting the push here for Super and Alvaro on the bottom lane. You're just able to continuously have the 1v1 for Elyoya, and even in this case, Alvaro was in a position to follow there as well. It just makes it so difficult for Jankos to try and cover because he just doesn't have that presence to go.
Have I been overwhelmed by or underwhelmed by the level in LEC? Well, this is the second game. I mean, it hasn't been good, but players are coming off the break on a brand new season. Like, it wasn't going to be good, guys. It would be way more surprising if the gameplay was super good at this level from anybody. I mean, I expect LCK to be pretty sloppy too when it starts up. The pros have not had a lot of time on this patch.
And that's the thing. If Jankos tries to go for a split map, we're not really going to be able to dive top. Well, you maybe could, but it's like ganking top and getting Wonder ahead isn't going to dramatically change the outcome of the game. Whereas if you're actually in a split map...
Thank you for the congrats on the new baby. This is his first day at home right now.
The changes to the map, bot lane is so much more vulnerable.
We brought him home this morning, so it's been a busy morning for me. I'm already kind of tired. So sorry if I seem a little bit low energy. I'm also trying to catch up on all of the changes to the game League of Legends because I've been occupied with having a new kid. But we'll get right back into the swing of things, guys. We're going to be doing tons of streaming this year. What I think about LCS playing on live patch now, I mean, I'm concerned that it's going to have a bazillion bugs. Because the reason why teams don't play on live patches right now, guys, is because you don't want to have bugs in the professional game. And when you release a live patch, oftentimes there are potential bugs, especially in League of Legends, which is a game that is riddled with bugs. You know, it's infested with cockroaches. It is an old piece of wood teeming with termites. And so I fear that there's going to be a lot of problems with being on the live patch. I also just don't think that being on the live patch is interesting enough to revive LCS. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you guys tell me, do you care if the game is on the live patch? I personally don't care very much. I'd rather have a better bug-free competitive experience.
Gonna back off, and of course, yeah, old Riftmaker. I've already forgot what the Omni Vamp item was called that built out of it. Leeching Leer.
Yeah, I'd rather have less pauses. I feel like I would rather have less pauses too.
The fact that you no longer have to build it.
I don't need the novelty of it being on the current patch. It'll be interesting to see if other people care, though. We can't know unless we try, right? So, as an experiment, I think it's good. This game is sad.
Or just raw IP, you know, blasting one and a tome down to 400 gold now, so a bit of an easier.
I do like the decisiveness that we're seeing from Mad Lions, though.
On the retreat here, can just step in. Another chain now connecting. That's going to be the follow-up. Sidestep there. When becomes.
These Nami bubbles, dude. What the fuck? So he uses this, right? He uses Nami ultimate to cover the choke point, but Perk still gets chained, right? And then there's just a bubble in the middle of 3 people hitting 0 of them. I was always curious, since for Dota there's only live patch. Yeah, but Dota is a game without 10 trillion bugs in it.
Jankos now wants to respond. Super already getting into a position where he's going to be fine thanks to that ward that spotted out Jankos, so they just back away. Control now of 2 of these, all 6 of these void grubs as well.
I don't care much about the live patch bit, but Monty, I view this as a terminally ill patient taking experimental trial drug. That is an amazing analogy, Archie. I might steal that one from you. I will credit you, though. I will credit you if I use that on the show. That is a great analogy, and I totally agree with you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you're going to die, you might as well do a trial drug, which is how I feel about LCS. They should do as much whack-ass shit as possible, because doing what they have been doing doesn't work. So you can't lose anything by trying something new. I personally think LCS is just in a death spiral, so I don't think it's savable. But you might as well try to do as much crazy shit as you can.
So it's a little bit easier to be disciplined and composed.
Oh, wow.
From a 3K gold lead before 12 minutes.
My wife brought me a burger.
We have one game plan and one game plan only, and that's to ruin Flanken and Kaiser's day. And I think Ayoya very much had that in mind.
My wife is very concerned that it's too warm in here for me. She's made that decision for me. She brought me lunch, though. Thank you. Hey, Dust. Burgers only. Yeah, look, by the way, guys, you gotta love Korea. You gotta love Korea. Hold up, I'm gonna stop this for a second. You gotta love Korea. Check this out. Check out this burger. You might think this is Shake Shack, and there is Shake Shack in Korea, in fact. But no, this is Frank Burger, where they literally just stole the Shake Shack logo. Because that's how you do it in Asia, man. You just steal everything. What's intellectual property laws?
Connects onto Perks. Perks now running for the hills. Phase rush not enough. There to follow up the game. Unplayable for the man in the mid lane. Perks just not able to find anything.
I've never had a Frank burger before.
Heretics, you opted into this. You saw the LeBlanc, you were like, no, we'll go for the rise. I mean, you had the Zins out coming through, you're like, no, we can
I'll let you know if Frank makes a good burger. It could be weird and creative. It even looks like a Shake Shack burger, guys. I'm sorry, I'm pausing this boring ass game so we can look at burgers. It even looks like a Shake Shack burger. Like the burger itself looks like Shake Shack. Look at that. Shake Shack's probably better though. Shake Shack is legit the best fast food. So
We're gonna force the flash out from Jankos as well as the Q. Rob, this is a slaughter. It is 6-0.
I mean, this Rise is just never going to do anything. He's scaling with Rod of Ages and fucking Tier, and they're getting booty blasted.
We're inflamed no matter what. We've already got inflamed a little bit, but we're now we deserve it. That's the difference, my good friend. Problem is, Team Heretics, this is the point where we talk about veterancy and can you find a clutch player, but League of Legends is a fun game because snowballing is very real, and clutch doesn't beat gold more often than not. Right now, MDK have a whole heck of a lot of gold.
This is just straight a rip. They even have mushroom burgers. Sorry, I'm just talking about Frank Burger, not the game. I'm going to talk about Frank Burger some more. The most interesting thing is this Korean burger company. So they have this written in Korean here, so I can tell it says mushroom right here. So they even have mushroom burgers, just like Shake Shack. This is literally just a fucking Shake Shack clone, guys. It says Frank here, cheese, bacon cheese, double cheese, mushroom. I don't know what JG is. And then they have, of course, because it's Korea, they have a bulgogi burger. And they have a cream cheeseburger. I don't know what that is, but it says cream cheese on it.
At least they get something here for themselves. Get Wunder an opportunity to get some damage onto this top side. I don't think it's going to make a massive difference though in the long run. Your biggest problem is still just
there's a fast food chain in Korea
yes, you can shut down some of the side lane pressure that might come from Mirren, but it's only going to
called No Brand. It's literally called No Brand Burger because Emart, which is I don't know, it's sort of like Korean Walmart or Target or something. Korean Walmart or Target basically is called Emart. And Emart has their generic brand for Emart is called No Brand. It's actually quite good. Their chicken breasts. You can buy a kilo of frozen chicken breasts for like $7, and they're good chicken breasts too. So I'm a fan. Anyway, they have a burger chain now called No Brand, and literally the tagline of No Brand Burger is hilarious. It literally is, "Why pay more? It's good enough." Which, to be fair, did make me buy one, so it was working. But it literally says in English, "Why pay more? It's good enough." And it is good enough. Like, it's pretty good. It is based. No Brand is the based Korean burger.
One of our top 5 teams. This is a really big game for that.
It made me curious enough to eat one, though, because I was like, is it good for the price? You're not even claiming to be the best. You're just claiming to be good enough for the price.
Really showing up today on stage. Veterans struggling. All this rookie aggression. Man. We finally get an Arden for Anami. And it doesn't matter. It's too late.
I think it's like, hey, look, yes, we'll get an earlier spike with the...
Do you upload these Bangers Only VOD to YouTube? There is going to be a brand new Bangers Only YouTube channel that's going to have all of the unedited VODs, and then we will do some game edits on my main channel. So good games. Like the actual cream of the Bangers crop, we'll do some edited VODs. And then every single game I do will be available unedited. Obviously, it'll be edited to the start of pick ban to the end of the game, but that's all going to go onto a separate Bangers Only YouTube. Stay tuned. It'll start happening this week.
I think it has been, though, like, well, you've Supers from Heretics. I'm going to use that word because it's an item, and now it's stuck in my head. But it's like overextending on so many of these early plays. It's come back to bite them. Even here, Kaiser, too close to the wall. You have zero vision. Fresco can just hop over and take it.
Dude, he hit a bubble, though. Didn't matter because he hit a LeBlanc who can just go immediately snap back, but... We need a burgers only stream. Is that what you guys want me to do? You don't actually want to. You don't want to watch the games with me. You just want to watch me review Korean burgers. I haven't even taken a bite of this one yet. It actually looks good though.
Before you even finish the Kraken for just an extra bit of lethality. Aphelios, fun fact, you know it's strong because the balance team said they were going to nerf it. Hasn't been nerfed yet though because the hotfix hasn't been applied. So some good reading there from Supa, from the support staff behind the scenes. If he does go collector, he'll be my favorite Aphelios player.
It's good. Actually, it's good. It's quite good.
Testing with it is very strong. Lethality is nuts on this patch, and that's why you're seeing so many Voltaic Cycloswords come out.
It's not quite as good as Shake Shack, but it has a similar kind of feel.
Or maybe a bit of lethality on an Aphelios as well.
Score out of 10? For a, well,
it's a 7K gold lead. It's 17 minutes.
Obviously, it's not going to be on a score based off of real burgers, but on a fast food burger score, it's probably like a good 8. It's good. Is it better than No Brand? Yes, it's better than No Brand. But No Brand is, you know, probably cheaper. It's a little dry. All right, we're talking about burgers again. It's a little dry, but as you can see, there's actually like a lot of onions on it, which I like. You can see there's a lot of onions on here. Lots of onions. Burger, the meat's a little dry, but it's like a good smash burger. It has a nice char on it. Cheese is nicely melted. There's a healthy amount of fresh lettuce on it. The onions could use a little bit more caramelization. Yeah, they could. But they have been cooked, but they're not well caramelized. This is true. The bread is a nice quality. Like it's like fluffy. The green screen makes it look weird. Well, you know what? Deal with it. You can't see the lettuce.
There it is. Everyone now stepping forward. Wonder going to try to make it a safety, but there's Elyoya. Wind becomes lightning. Wonder becomes dust. And Elyoya just keeps walking in. Supa on the way forward now. Big damage coming in. Ulti not going to connect from Aphelios. Knock up there from the tidal wave to stop the play. But Fresco on a rampage. In the corner of your screen, he finds the pick.
You guys won't even sub for the burger content. Come on. You guys are going to get great value out of the sub. By the way, the stream upgrades, not here today, but you guys are going to like a lot of the fun stuff I've got planned for this stream. I spent a lot of the off-season thinking about ways to upgrade this stream and make it more entertaining.
Anyway, here we go. Fight breaking out. Supa now following up. Elyoya unstoppable. MDK building a highlight reel in one game that would take many players months.
One kill, of course.
Effortless slaughter.
It's a beautiful alley-oop from MDK. Take it over the top side.
Thank you, David Poole. You're back. I appreciate it. How many subs for a no-brand burger? Naja fan, thank you for your Twitch Prime. For the burger, yes. The real content. Tomatoes and burger guy? Yes, Archie, I am. There isn't a tomato in this burger, though. Marquis de Huberet. Thank you.
With the Voltaic Cyclosword completed as well, just so much damage. Every dash, because you've now got it, is stacking 75% quicker thanks to the Voltaic.
As a neutral Broncos fans, what did you enjoy more? Cowboys losing or Lions winning? Lions winning. They're both fun, though. Obviously, Cowboys losing is always hilarious. Just wait till Bill Belichick goes to the Cowboys, though. Just wait till that happens.
I feel like Mad Lions were the team that looked at the opportunity they had, which was the hotfix information coming out.
English Devil, thank you for the burger. Salute. Yes, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. I have another kid now, so I need your money to feed him. You think McCarthy is done? Dude, that was like a... I didn't get to watch the game this morning because I was busy trying to get my kid home from the like hospital. Nothing's wrong. You know, he was just, you know, born. So... So, I mean, how many playoff choke jobs do we have to have?
going for these picks. Yoy, this is very much looking like he wants to make 2024 his year with this new roster that has been built around.
Yep.
Is it true that childbirth is a lot cheaper in Korea? Yes.
I'm gonna be honest.
My first son cost more money to... Both my kids were C-sections, right? My first son's birth cost more, even though my wife, due to the start of the pandemic, was only in the hospital for 3 days after he was born. It cost more money when I had health insurance, obviously, good health insurance, to have my first kid than it did with no health insurance in Korea. And my wife spent a week at like the postnatal care facility. So all of that, the birth, more 5 days in the hospital than a week of postnatal care. All of that was cheaper than having it with insurance in America, with no insurance in Korea. And you know what? It would have been fucking free if it was March instead. Because our national health care in Korea kicks in March after we've been here for 6 months. So it would have been free. But it's not because we haven't been here long enough yet.
Wonders kind of walked up to check that yes, he is in fact seeing Fog of War outside of Fog of War correctly. He's like, yeah, this is fine. It's made. It's gone.
I think tomorrow, and today I'll briefly remind.
Is your new kid dual nationality? No. That's not how Korean citizenship works.
Because this is fantastic. This is an incredible.
You don't get citizenship from being born in Korea. Plus, we don't want him to have Korean citizenship because then he'll have mandatory military. So. But because he's ethnically Korean, he can basically get what my wife has, because my wife's an American citizen. And what you get is you get a permanent green card, basically, to work in Korea and live here indefinitely. So he'll have that because he's ethnically Korean, but he doesn't have to go to the military. Buy the baby a burger. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Shobes572. I mean, who knows by the time he's old enough to go to the military in 20 years if the military service will even be mandatory at that point in time. Like, God only knows what's going to happen in the future.
Some people will look back and go, it was a great game. They had an early start that they're able to power through. Will they get that early start every game? That remains to be seen. But what they've done with this lead cannot be doubted. And also just, as I say, how comfortable these players look on the map against that veterancy is incredible.
Yeah, great.
Do they require a DNA test to prove your ethnic Koreanness? No. Because they keep track of all the family records. And so they know my wife's Korean. My wife was also born in Seoul. So.
But going for the full AP itemization, just looking to shred with the ultimate, with the autos, with everything. Yes, maybe a bit more vulnerable, but massive, massive backline threat if left unattended. So move out to cycle guns. MDK just got a really massive chokehold.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up some of the weird champions that Mirren played because I know they touched on the desk.
Thank you, Professor Clockwork. I appreciate it. Pro tip, use your Prime sub. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Taken off balance by the fact that he's gone for the Gwen. This man at some stage will bring out the funkiest...
Okay, this game is too boring, guys. This was just over.
Let's be real. I don't see a way the Heretics come back from this.
You know, once the Nami Lucian lane got clapped and Perks got clapped and couldn't scale, I mean, there is no win con, right? Thank you, Nikki's 211 Burger Gang. You should watch replays of NFL games. I would be removed from Twitch. I have to see if the Rise... Yeah, dude, this is the solo queue game. Whoa, holy smokes. Shobes, 572, 10 tier 1 gift subs. Thank you very much. That's extremely generous of you. Thanks, guys. Thank you for the subs. Really nice of you all. I appreciate it. We'll be back. You will get value out of these subs. We're going to be streaming all the time this year.
I mean, it's almost a perfect game. I don't know how we count Void Grubs into that yet. You're dangerously close to a perfect game here.
Monty is a poopy head. Hey. You sound like my 3-year-old.
Just having to get I was really hoping that I could go through because I spent a lot of time today trying to figure out way combos.
Yeah, I know.
And it's so
What helps you sleep? Exercise. Go work out. You will be tired. Exercise help with sleeping. Scientifically proven. Gore Wings, thank you for this Prime. Suave0115, thank you for the Prime. Holy shit, guys. You guys are popping off. That was like 20 subs right there. Not a lot for many streamers, but it's a lot for me. Level 5 hype train. Holy moly. Thank you. Very generous.
which I appreciate. 'Cause I'm not-
Hearing Quick Shots laugh at the start of every sub makes me miss him on the broadcast. Yeah, he'll be back, I'm pretty sure.
They should, you know. That's
Been watching since the OGN days. Looking forward to all the content. Best of luck and best of wishes with everything in the family. Thank you, Shobes. Appreciate your support.
would be terrible design.
And thank you for the gift subs. That was very nice.
All right, here we are.
About to beat my last record. Keep up the support. 18% to level 6. You guys can get a new record for Monty Stream. Not in terms of viewership,
Take another Baron.
but the 275 of you who are here certainly spending at an acceptable rate.
But it's like
Pablo Snacko Bar. Good name. First off, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate it.
on the way out of this as well, but it's just Nexus where it's at.
I like your Twitch name.
Waves coming in, barred up creeps, double super creeps across the board. Like, what the hell do you do here?
The true Colombian snack lord, Pablo Snacko Bar.
IE on the way. Probably could back and buy it. Probably just has chosen not to. Wonder, going
Oh,
for the
nice
angle.
try.
Is it going to find it? Of course, you got to respect it. There's not a lot of avenues to get you out of this. So might as well fish for him. Turret on the ground, untouched for now. Will be cleared out. Supa just laying down a little bit of damage. Wonder getting chunked away.
All right, this game is over. Fuck this game. Fuck this game.